You start by giving up on finding love. I say it again. You start by giving up on finding love. Stop looking. What does the poet mean when they say that those who look for love only show how loveless they are? When you look for something, you think that what you want is missing from your life. If it's love, for example, you're really saying that you don't have love, and I hope to fill this hole by looking for things. But the problem with this method is that it doesn't fill the love void. It just makes you more out of balance, and you still feel unloved. Why? Because you have more weight in not loving than in loving. You want love to come into your life, but your mind is on finding what's missing. This kind of misalignment keeps bringing in more of what's missing. The love that isn't there is what you're thinking about. The universe works with you by matching up with exactly what you're thinking about. How does the universe know to do this? The law of attraction says that it is just matching its vibration to your thoughts. You need to turn off the searchlights and send the search party away. Instead, you should fill yourself with loving thoughts and an inner knowing that you deserve love. You came from a place of spirit that is full of love. When you start to rebalance your life so that your desires and the way you think and act are in harmony with each other, you'll realize that your desires are really God's realization. Wanting love is wanting to think more like God. You quickly realize that looking outside of yourself for what you already are is the biggest mistake you can make. You can't get this from anyone else. D.H. Lawrence says that people who don't love never find love. This is because people who don't love themselves are more focused on what they don't have than on what they already are. Also, people who don't love themselves think they don't deserve the love they want. And you know what? They keep getting more proof that they don't deserve it. You can now focus on balancing the real ways you have to get a lot of love now that the searchlights are off and the one-person search party is on permanent break. The poet's last line perfectly sums up the irony. Only those who love find love, and they never have to look for it. Being the love. My idea of love is more than the delicious lust and excitement you feel when you first fall in love. In the end, these angry feelings go away, and what is left is real love or the balance you're looking for. What is a good example of this? To love like God does, you should show the caring that makes you who you are to others whenever and wherever you can. This kind of love makes you forget about yourself and want what you want for yourself even more for someone else. This is how it seems to work when you create something. Your creator doesn't want anything from you in return for giving you life. It's given freely and in large amounts, and everyone can have it. You don't have to pay God back for giving you life, the air you need to breathe, the water you drink, or the sun that keeps you alive. You wouldn't be able to live without any of these free things. God loves you this much. You need to make sure that your thoughts and actions are in line with those of your source in order to have a more loving life. Being loved like God is. This means being aware of when you or someone else is judging them as unworthy of love. This means putting aside your need to be right in favor of being nice to yourself and others and making a point of being nice to everyone. Instead of asking for love, this means giving love to yourself and others. This means that your kind act of love comes from the heart and not because you want something in return. A big job, not really, unless you think it will be hard. Your natural state includes lovingness, but your ego is not part of that state. Ego rules because you've cut yourself off from your God self, the loving part of you that came here from a place of perfect divine love. You've been carrying around this idea of your own importance and need to be right for so long that you think the ego self is who you are. Talk about being out of whack. You have chosen to believe in nothing but lies. You've made a big imbalance in your life by letting this illusion be the most important thing because of your ego-centered self. You want to feel love, the kind of love that is the very essence of who you are. You are love, but you feel empty instead of loving. Why is this the case? You can only fill the emptiness with love by opening your heart to the spirit of love that comes from somewhere you don't know but can feel inside you. It's your space, not anyone else's, so you are the only one who can fill it. Your goal is to ask the love inside you to show itself, to realize that you are so full of love that you have to share it with others. That's all you need to do, ask and get. If you do that, you'll get more of what you're giving away. For a moment, close the door to the outside world for justice. We wake up in silence. We give orders. You were never meant to beg life for scraps. You were supposed to make a statement and see the world bow to it. Don't ever complain. You agree with limitation when you complain. You tell the universe, I accept this. But the truth is that your acceptance is what keeps it alive. Complaining keeps the lie alive. It makes the shadows stronger. When you stop talking about what you hate, you take away its life. Don't ever explain. You don't have to explain your dreams, your silence, or your certainty to anyone. To explain is to protect, and to protect is to question. Let your actions speak for themselves. Make your change the answer to all of your questions. You don't need to explain things to yourself when you know what you're doing. The person who shows miracles doesn't make a lot of noise. They aren't in a hurry. They are calm, sure, and quiet. Sure, they go about their lives knowing that what they have imagined must come true. The world changes to fit the unseen self. This is the law. You aren't here to fight the truth. You are here to take its place. And how do you go about doing that? By not talking about it again, you are refusing to think about what no longer serves you. By not giving it another second of your valuable time, you are in charge the moment you stop complaining or explaining. The miracle isn't coming from outside. It's not late. It's not hard. It is already ready. It just waits for you to guess. Feel like your wish has come true. Believe it so strongly and completely that the world has no choice but to show it. Be quiet now. Don't let anyone else's voice bother you. Don't let the need for approval creep in. Don't let your desire for sympathy pull you back into the world of excuses. You don't need to explain anymore. Stop whining now. You are ready to give orders. Stop thinking about your doubts. Live in your desire until the end. And miracles won't happen very often. They will happen all the time. Don't ever complain. Don't ever explain. Manifest silence doesn't mean there is no sound. It is the existence of power. It is the calm confidence of someone who knows who they are. And what they have inside the person who stays quiet in a loud world is not weak, but very strong. They took their energy away from the chaos outside and put it in the kingdom inside. They know something sacred. Words are seeds, and not every field is worth planting. When you complain, you are speaking from a place of weakness. It's the act of making stronger what you don't want to happen again. Every complaint is a sign that you don't have enough, and that the outside world controls you. But the mind that is awake knows that it shouldn't follow reality. It needs to be shaped. Complaining makes the problem worse. Silence puts an end to it. So, the confident mind picks stillness on purpose, not because it doesn't care. Also, if you have to explain yourself all the time, it shows that you're not sure. You explain when you think you need to earn understanding. When you want someone else's approval, even though you don't believe your own inner knowing is enough. But the person who lives in line with their vision knows that they don't need to explain themselves. They don't stand up for what they want. They don't explain why they chose that path. They just walk it and let the results speak for themselves. The more sure you are inside, the less you need to be validated outside. Then silence is your most powerful statement. It is the unseen signal that you have turned inside and are now talking to the infinite instead of begging the finite. You become magnetic when you don't say anything but believe everything. People can feel the change in your energy. They might not get it, but they do what you say. The world starts to change not because you yelled or begged, but because you had the courage to believe in the unknown. Your mind is your holy place. What you create in silence and faith takes on a physical form. So, a confident mind doesn't talk about what it doesn't want. It only talks about things that have already happened in the mind. Or it stays completely still, letting the picture inside grow in silence. Just like seeds don't grow when they are constantly disturbed, manifestations don't grow when they are constantly doubted. To take control of your life, learn to control your silence, not as a way to avoid things, but as a way to show respect and as a divine plan. Only talk when your words make the vision stronger. If not, let your silence protect you. Let it be your position. Let it tell the whole world. I know who I am. I know what I've thought. I am aware that it is finished. And in that calm understanding, the miracle doesn't come as a shock. It's just the most natural thing that happens when a mind never complained, never explained, and never doubted its own creative power. You are always making things happen, whether you know it or not. The state of your mind is reflected in every moment of your life, but your mind is not empty. Your feelings are not pointless. What you consistently believe to be true about yourself, whether through worry, wonder, complaint, or creation, becomes the blueprint for your life. This is the law that never changes. A lot of people think that manifestation starts when you meditate. Make a list of affirmations or picture a goal, but that's only part of the story. You can't just turn manifestation on and off. It never changes. Every belief you hold, every narrative you reiterate, and every assumption you decline to scrutinize are actively influencing your environment. The question is not whether the question is what you are manifesting when you complain. You say that the problem is real, strong, and won't go away. You hold on to the very thing you want to change. You give the energy of lack and limitation. Because your subconscious mind thinks that repetition is true, it takes those complaints as orders, it says. So this is what we think now, and it will shape your world based on that. Complaining is not a good thing. It is disguised creation that makes exactly what you don't want. But when you choose to make something, you start to use your mind on purpose. You go from being scared to believing in something. But when you decide to make something, you start to use your mind on purpose. You get to the real power. You start to use your mind on purpose. You go from what is real to what you want. You change from reality to feel instead of to feel. You start to use your mind on purpose. You change your mind. This is why your inner world is so important. It is the place where everything else grows. If you fill it with worries, your outside life will be full of weeds. But if you plant seeds of beauty, peace, wealth, and certainty, those too will get up and take shape. What you feed your mind is what you see in the world, and your attention is the water that makes some plants grow. Make a smart choice. Your mind isn't a place to play. It is holy ground. It is wrong to use divine power to listen to every complaint, doubt, or negative thought, but to talk as if it is done to feel the joy of fulfillment, not to refuse to stay in lack. This is the height of skill. This is living on purpose. You don't manifest by force, but by faith. You don't manifest by effort, but by assumption. And the universe isn't judging what you want. It's just reflecting what you always think. So pay attention to what you say to yourself. Pay attention to the stories you tell. Are they helping you get what you want or keeping you stuck in what you don't want? Every thought is a seed. Every emotion is an order. Every assumption is a prayer that you don't say out loud. You are always showing up, and the life you live now started with the thoughts you had yesterday. Choose wisely now, and tomorrow will show how wise that choice was. The explanation is for those who don't believe. It is the language of doubt, the action of someone trying to get others to believe them because they haven't yet convinced themselves. But once you really believe, once you've seen the desire in your mind's eye and accepted it as real, you don't need to explain. There is only calm knowing, quiet certainty, and the unchanging belief that it must happen. You are walking a path that most people can't see when you live from your imagination. Other people can't see your vision. They might question, challenge, or not understand you because they can't see what you see. But you don't have to explain anything to anyone. You don't have to explain your dreams to people who care about how things look. The act of creating is sacred, private, and personal. It happens inside of you. It is not proven by argument, but by showing. You need to get this. The only proof you need is the outcome. Once the desire shows up in your outer world, number one will want to know how it got there. They will see it and it will speak for itself. But until then, you are planting seeds that you can't see. And if you talk too soon, trying to explain, defend, or reason, you're often digging up things that haven't had time to grow yet. To explain is often to make things weaker. It means giving up your inner authority and asking the crowd for permission. But people who show up consistently don't want approval. They don't care what others think. They are not shaken by doubt. They live from the end, and in this way they walk in peace. You need to remember that your imagination is holy. It is the starting point for everything. You don't need to explain it to the outside world if you can see it clearly in your own mind. You have already moved away from your desire when you feel the need to explain it. As soon as you look for approval, you give someone else control over your life. So be quiet. Imagine that the feeling has already taken over the state walk. You will learn something deep when you do this. There is no longer a need for an explanation. You don't care what other people think or understand anymore. You know the rules, you know how it works, and you know that what you think about must come true. Let your life be the proof. Let your peace speak for you. Make your results so clear that you don't need to explain them. This is what a person who walks by inner vision, not outer sight, looks like. You show that you really believe you don't need to talk about it. You don't fight for it. You make a living from it. And in time, the world will see what you saw in silence. They won't understand until then, and they won't change their minds until then. You owe them nothing but the light of your confidence. The more you talk about what you don't have, the more you feel it. Words are more than just sounds. They are statements of faith and ways of showing that you are aware. When you talk about what you don't have, what's missing, and what's wrong, you are not just talking about your world, you are changing it. You are putting a limit on your subconscious mind, and since everything you say and do comes from your inner world, lack must grow in your life. Every complaint is a practice of feeling powerless. It is a show of losing, a confession that you think something outside of you has power. When you complain, you are saying that this situation is worse than you are. It applies to me. I can't do anything about it. Your subconscious mind hears the message loud and clear, even if you don't mean to. The subconscious mind doesn't think things through. It doesn't fight. It just believes that repeated feeling tone thoughts are true. It shows you what you think about all the time without any bias. So when you're talking to someone and you're worried, angry, or lacking something, your life starts to sound more like that. It is not a punishment, it is the law, but the smart people don't waste words. They don't talk about what they don't want. They know how powerful the tongue can be, so they choose to stay quiet when they want to complain, vent, or explain why they failed. They know that not saying anything when things get tough doesn't mean they don't believe it. It is discipline. It is the refusal to give life to a reality that is fading away. Talk about only what you want. Say what will happen at the end from the start. Talk about your life, not how it is now, but how it will be. Once you get what you want, it's not to convince others, but to get on the same page as them. You are not confirming that you are begging the universe. You are affirming to remind yourself that everything is possible and that everything happens to you as you believe. And if you can't talk about what you want with confidence, then don't say anything at all. Stay still, go inside. In the sanctuary of your mind, feel the wish come true. Let the silence carry the sound of certainty. Your quietness is your strength. You are closest to the source when you are still. And from that stillness, creation flows freely. There is both power and control. You have the power to choose your words carefully. Being quiet at the right time gives you power. For the person who no longer needs to talk about their struggle, They have already moved on from it in their mind. They have moved to the new state, and the old one is already fading. Don't talk about not having. Don't practice suffering. Don't talk about things you don't want to live anymore. Either say what you want or don't say anything at all. Your words are either helping your dream grow or hurting your doubt. Choose them with respect. Make your words holy. Make your silence strategic, and let your life be the proof. When you believe in your desire, miracles happen all the time. People often call things that are supernatural, impossible, or extraordinary, but they are really just the result of an inner certainty. There is no magic in this, no special favor from above. There is only a quiet, unchanging belief that what you want is already yours, and the world then changes to fit that belief. Assumption is not a weak hope or a casual wish. It is a way of being. It is living from the end. You go beyond the question of if or how when you assume your desire. You can relax because you know it's already done. You walk in a different way. You talk in a different way. The way you talk to yourself changes. And this change in your inner world is what changes the outside world. They say that to the one who doubts, getting what they want seems like a miracle. What caused this to happen? How can it be? No. But for someone who knows the law, it's the most normal thing in the world. There was no other way for it to happen. The belief that the wish-fulfilled plants succeed in consciousness, which is the only creative force, must bring it into being. This process doesn't require any work, just alignment. The seed doesn't try to turn into the tree. It just knows what it is. Your assumption also has the plan for what you want. It starts to happen on its own once you fully accept it, not because you make it happen. Most people try to make things happen by forcing situations, looking for chances, and trying to control the results. The real creation starts inside. You don't have to change the world. You only need to be in the state when you feel like you already have what you want. The world has to follow the rules. That's the law. That's the order. People who believe in miracles are just people who have been in the right place for long enough for the world to catch up. You need to know that reality can change. It is formed not by effort but by awareness. It sends back to your main ideas. You accept those things as true without question. So when you think of love, love comes to you. When you think of abundance, abundance comes to you. Love comes when you believe in healing. It happens. It may seem like a miracle to the people around you, but to you, it was just the natural result of your strong belief. You are not asking the world to give you something that is already out there in another dimension of possibility. You are just picking it by assuming it. There is no begging, pleading, or waiting. You can only choose, align, and trust. So stop thinking that miracles are rare. Stop thinking that you have to suffer. Work hard or earn what you want. Yes, think that your wish has come true. Now walk like that. Feel the relief live from the end, and you'll find that miracles aren't rare. They are the rules that are not connected to the outside command. The inner this is the hidden way to change everything. The world of appearances, conditions, circumstances, and facts does not constitute the origin of your experience. It is the echo, the shadow, and the output picture of a previous state of mind. To fight with it is to try to change the mirror's reflection instead of the face itself. It is pointless, tiring, and unproductive. You need to stop believing in the illusion and look inside yourself, where all true power is. The world outside is always late. It is always behind what you see with your eyes. It is the past that has become solid. You are free as soon as you realize this. You stop responding. You stop following you. Stop talking about it or whining. Instead, you start to consciously create by mastering the inner realm. To command the inner means to choose the thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, and the scenes you play in your mind. It means sticking to your vision even when people disagree with you. Not because you are obstinate, but because you comprehend that what will be already exists in the unseen, in the eternal, in the imagination. And if you stay there, the outside must change. When you focus on what will happen, you are not escaping reality. You are making it. You're going from the temporary to the permanent, from what you can see to what caused it. It doesn't deny what is, it goes beyond it. You know what's going on, but you won't let it control your thoughts and feelings. You choose to live in the state of fulfillment that you can't see, and the outside must catch up in time. Taking away attention is very powerful. Energy goes where your attention goes. And if you keep looking at problems, they get bigger. But if you look inside yourself and think about the answer, it will start to show up. This isn't just a dream. It is in line with the law of consciousness. You are always showing up. The only thing that matters is whether you are doing it on purpose or by accident. This engagement is not happening. It is a non-reaction that is inspired. It is a conscious decision to stop being a victim of looks. It means not letting the outside world decide how you feel, what you believe, or who you are. You take on the role of creator and step back from the drama of conditions that are controlling the quiet work of the inner. You do it in silence, alone, and with a calm heart and mind. But even though it seems small, it moves mountains. The world changes for the person who doesn't care about it. When you stop reacting and start assuming, that's when creation begins. Stop fighting, stop explaining, stop worrying, look inside yourself, and see your wish come true. Feel the relief of having already walked in that inner conviction, and just like the sun rises, the outside world will follow. It must be because it only shows what is inside you. When you stop complaining and explaining, and instead choose to quietly believe that your wish has already come true, you rise above the illusion of lack, fear, and doubt. You become still not because you are passive, but because you now know that silence is where creation starts. You don't react to the outside world anymore when you're quiet. You are in charge of the inner one, and from that inner command, miracles happen. A disciplined mind is all that is needed to make what the world calls supernatural happen. You don't ask for change anymore. You are the change. You don't ask for permission anymore. You walk with authority. You don't explain your vision anymore. You live it. That is real power to keep this in mind. Don't complain. Don't ever try to explain miracles that happen. Your results should speak for you. Let your silence create worlds. Make your assumption a reality. Thanks for listening. Think about how amazing it would be to wake up one day and find that all of your wildest dreams had come true. Everything you've ever wanted in life, all the love and abundance you've ever wanted, all of it came true right in front of you. What if I told you that this is not just a dream, but a truth that is sleeping inside you? The universe is not some far off, unresponsive being. It is a living, breathing force that is always paying attention to what your soul is saying. And once you start asking the universe for what you want in the right way, with faith and conviction, your wishes are not just hurt, they're already done. Have you ever thought about why some people seem to easily get love, money, and success, while others have a hard time making ends meet? Your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings have a lot of power. All of these frequencies are strong and affect your reality. You can take control of your own life when you learn to use this power and talk to the universe in its own language. But there's a problem. Most people ask because they don't have enough, or because they are afraid or unsure. They beg and plead with the universe, hoping for a little mercy. But the universe doesn't care if you're desperate. It reacts to faith. It reacts to the unshakable belief that what you want is already yours. So how do you ask the universe in a way that will work? How do you get to the endless wealth that is your birthright? The answer is in how powerful your imagination is. The creative force inside you is love, belief, and the fact that you will always be able to see your ideas come to life. The tool that lets you change your life. When you picture your goals in great detail and with complete faith, you are sending a strong message to the universe. You are telling it that the law has already done what you want. Assumption says that the universe will make real whatever you think is true. When you feel like your wish has come true and live in the end result of your desires, you are putting yourself on the frequency of abundance. This tells the universe that you are ready to receive and that you are worthy of your dreams. And here's the best part. When you ask the universe like this, it will work to make your dreams come true by bringing together the people, events, and situations that need to happen to make them happen. You just have to trust the process to get rid of doubt and fear and keep believing that you will succeed. So, friends, I ask you to fully embrace this practice, to wake up each day with a sense of excitement and anticipation, knowing that your desires are on their way to cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for the blessings in your life, even before they have manifested, to surrender to the perfect timing and unfolding of the universe, trusting that everything is happening for your highest good. And most importantly, I ask you to remember who you really are. You are not just a body that is limited to this world. You are an infinite, eternal, powerful creator who can change your reality in any way you want. Your divine spark is a unique expression of the universe's infinite intelligence that is everywhere. Take this truth with you as you move on from this moment. Let it be your guiding light, your North Star, your unwavering conviction. Know that you deserve what you want, that you can make miracles happen, and that the universe loves and supports you at all times. And when problems come up, when you start to doubt, or when the journey seems long and unclear, think of what the great mystic Room said. What you want is looking for you. Your desires are not far off dreams that you can't reach. They are the most important parts of you, the voice of your soul. Believe in their inevitability and let them lead you home. So, my friends, go out into the world with faith, conviction, and an unshakable belief in the power of your dreams. Make miracles happen, make magic happen, and live a life that is beyond your wildest dreams. The universe is waiting for you and cheering you on. It is working with your faith. You just have to say yes. Yes to your dreams, yes to your desires, and yes to the limitless potential that lies within you. Yes to a life full of joy, plenty, and endless possibilities. Yes to the wonders and magic of the universe. Thank you for being with me on this journey of manifestation now and always. May your dreams come true, and may your life be a living proof of the strength of your faith. My friends, the universe is yours. Take it, own it, and let it take you to a life that is better than you could have ever imagined. But every step on the bridge of incidents, is important. The divine plan includes every challenge, setback, and twist that you didn't see coming. Everything is bringing you closer to what you want. The secret to getting through the bridge of incidents is to trust the process and give in to the journey, even when you can't see the way forward. To believe that the universe is working for you, even when it seems like everything is going wrong. Letting go of your attachment to the outcome is what trusting the process means. It means letting go of how and when things will happen and letting the universe lead you. It means being ready for the unexpected, for the miracles and coincidences that happen along the way. You can experience the magic of manifestation when you trust the process. You let the universe do its magic to give you what you want in ways you never thought possible. You and the universe work together to create things, and you are a partner in the dance of manifestation. It isn't always easy to trust the process. It takes a lot of faith and a willingness to let go of what you don't know. It means you have to give up your need to be in charge. You need to know everything. To believe that everything is happening at the right time, you have to embrace the mystery. Being thankful is one way to build trust in the process. Being grateful means recognizing and being thankful for the good things in your life even before they happen. When you practice gratitude, you change your mind from thinking about what you don't have to thinking about what you do have. You teach your brain to find the good in every situation, to see the good in every bad situation. Being thankful is another strong way to get in line with the energy of your wants. When you are thankful for what you want even before it happens, you are telling the universe that you are ready to get your gift. You are telling the universe that you believe it has enough for everyone. One way to build trust in the process is to practice surrender. Letting go of your need to control every part of your life is what surrender means. You are not giving up on your desires when you give up. You are giving them to a higher power, the universe's infinite wisdom. To give up, you have to trust deeply, letting go and letting the universe lead you. It means being ready for the unexpected and the changes that happen along the way. It means having faith that everything is happening for the best. When you build trust, even when it doesn't make sense at the time, and when you practice gratitude and surrender manifestation becomes easy. Your desires come to you easily and gracefully, and your life is a living proof of the strength of your faith. You become a magnet for miracles and a channel for the universe's abundance. As we reach the end of this journey, I want to remind you of the amazing strength you have inside you, the ability to make your dreams come true, to live a life that is better than you ever thought possible. This power is not far away and impossible to reach, because it is who you are at your core. Every person on this planet has the right to it. We have talked about the law of assumption, the art of asking, and the key principles manifest throughout this speech. We now know that the universe is not a separate thing, but a living, breathing part of our own minds, that the things we think, believe, and assume shape our reality, and that we can make miracles happen whenever we want by aligning ourselves with the vibration of our desires. But the process of manifestation doesn't happen just once. It's something you do for the rest of your life. You need to make a daily effort to make sure that your thoughts, beliefs, and actions match up with the reality you want to create. To do this, you have to be willing to let go of beliefs that hold you back, accept the unknown, and have faith that everything will happen at the right time. But the benefits of this practice are immeasurable. When you live from a place of faith and conviction, and when you believe that your desires will come true, your life is a living proof of the power of manifestation. You draw people, situations, and chances that help you reach your goals. You have a level of happiness, abundance, and satisfaction that most people only wish for. Having conviction means having an unshakable belief in the truth of what you want. Is the feeling that you already have what you want, that you have the right to have a lot of love. When you ask with conviction, you are not just asking. You are giving a command. This is what you want and expect from the universe. You are not asking for permission. You are claiming what is rightfully yours, but what you say isn't the only thing that matters. It's the energy that those words give off. It's about the feeling of certainty that comes from having faith that never wavers. When you ask with conviction, you're not just saying what you want. You're becoming the vibration that will help you get what you want. The third step in the art of asking is to stop being afraid and doubtful. Fear and doubt are the enemies of manifestation. They are the voices in your head that tell you that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, and that you'll never get what you want. They are the negative thoughts that keep you from moving forward and getting what you want. But listen up, fear and doubt are just thoughts. They don't tell you who you really are. You can decide what you think, what you believe, and what you assume. You make room for faith and conviction to grow when you let go of doubt and fear. Surrendering is a strong way to get rid of doubts and fears. Giving up means letting go of your attachment to the outcome and trusting that the universe will take care of you. When you give up, you don't stop wanting things, even if you can't see the way forward, giving them to a higher power or the universe's endless wisdom. To give up control and let the universe lead you, you need to have a lot of faith. You have to let go of how and when things will happen and trust that everything is happening at the right time. The last step in the art of asking is to make sure that what you want matches what you do. Manifestation isn't just about asking. It's about becoming what you want. It's about making sure that every part of you is in line with the reality you want to make. This means having thoughts that match what you want, saying things that show how valuable and abundant you are, and doing things that get you closer to your goals. It means acting like your dreams have already come true, even if they haven't yet happened in the real world. You become a magnet for miracles when your thoughts and actions are in line with what you want. You draw in people and situations that help you reach your goals. You make a life that shows how strong your faith and beliefs are. So, friends, I ask you to learn how to ask. Ask with faith, conviction, and an unshakable belief that your desires are true. Let go of fear and worry and trust that the universe will unfold at the right time. Make sure that your thoughts and actions are in line with what you want, and then become the right vibration for the reality you want to create. Miracles happen all the time when you do. The universe works to make your wishes come true. Life is proof of how powerful your asking is. Learn how to ask for what you want, and your wildest dreams will come true every day. When you learn how to ask the right way and make sure that your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are in line with what you want, manifestation will happen. There's no question that your desires will come true, but the universe is always listening and responding to the vibration you send out. And when you send out a vibration of faith, conviction, and unwavering belief, the universe has to give you what you want. But how does manifestation really work? How does the universe turn your wishes into things that happen? The answer is in the idea of the bridge of incidence. The bridge of incidence is the set of events, people, and situations that the universe puts together to make your wishes come true. The universe puts the pieces of the puzzle together, connects the dots, and makes the perfect conditions for your wishes to come true. The universe starts to set up the bridge of events as soon as you ask for something. It begins to move people and things into place so that you can find opportunities and open doors that will lead you to your desired outcome. It's like a game of dominoes in the universe where each piece falls exactly where it should, starting a chain reaction of manifestation. But here's the thing, the bridge of incidence doesn't always look the way you think it will. It can take you on a trip that doesn't seem to have anything to do with what you want. It can also bring you problems and challenges that you have to deal with. It can sometimes mean taking a leap of faith and trusting the unknown. No, wanting, hoping, or working toward what you want. Instead, you're living as if they're already real and have already happened in your life. This is a small but very important change in consciousness. A lot of people go through life feeling like they need something. They think they will be happy when they finally reach their goals and get what they want. But the truth is that wanting only makes you want more. It keeps you in a cycle of not having enough and not being able to do things. The law of assumption lets you break free from that cycle and live in the reality of your desires right now. It tells you to feel like your wish has come true and to embody the energy of love, abundance, and success even before it happens in real life. So, how do you do that? Even if your current situation doesn't match the way you want things to be, you live in the end. The most important thing is to keep going. It's about keeping the state of your wish fulfillment even when you have doubts, fears, or problems. When you first start using the law of assumption, it can feel strange and even crazy. Your mind will try to tell you that it's not real and that you're just fooling yourself. But the longer you keep your wish fulfilled, the more natural it becomes. You begin to see signs that your wish is coming true in your life, and your faith grows. Affirmations are a strong way to keep yourself feeling fulfilled. Affirmations are positive things you say to yourself, either out loud or in your head, that help you make the reality you want happen. If you want to bring in a lot of money, you could say things like, "I am a magnet for money. I'm deserving of all the wealth and success I want." By saying these affirmations over and over again, you are reprogramming your subconscious mind to match what you want. You are changing your thoughts, beliefs, and conversations with yourself to match the frequency of abundance. Another way to keep your wish fulfilled is to do this. As we talked about before, Visualization is a great way to get your imagination going and get in line with the frequency of your desires. When you picture your ideal reality in great detail and with strong feelings, you are making it clear to the universe that this is what you want to happen. But the key to good visualization is to use all of your senses, not just your visual sense. You should imagine what your desired reality looks like, sounds like, smells like, tastes like, and feels like. The more you use your senses, the more real your visualization becomes to your mind. The law of assumption is more than just a way to make things happen. It's a way of life. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances when you live from a place of assumption. You are the one who makes your own reality and controls your own fate. You know that your beliefs, assumptions, and inner conversations can change how you experience life. You choose to make sure they match what you really want. Now that we've talked about the law of assumption and the power of imagination, let's get into the art of asking. Asking is how you get what you want. It's how you talk to the universe, tell it what you want to do, and get things going. But here's the thing, a lot of people don't know how to ask. They ask because they are afraid or don't have enough. They beg and plead with the universe, hoping for a little bit of mercy, but the universe doesn't care if you're desperate. It reacts to faith. It reacts to the strong belief that what you want is already your soul. How do you ask in a way that makes sure you get what you want? The first thing you need to do is ask with faith. Faith is what gives hope to things that are not seen. When you ask with faith, you don't want or hope for your wishes to come true. You are saying that they are already done. Even before your desires show up in the real world, you are aligning yourself with them. You need to really believe in the universe and know that your wishes will come true if you have this kind of faith. You have to let go of your need to know how and when things will happen and trust that the universe will do what is best for you. The second step in the art of asking is to ask with confidence. So, are you ready for your world to be turned upside down, friends? Are you ready to enjoy the endless wealth that is yours by birthright? Then come with me on this journey of manifestation as we learn how to ask the universe in a way that will get us what we want. What you thought were your wildest dreams are about to come true. The key to unlocking all of your potential is to use your imagination. It is the creative force that lets you change your reality to make your dreams come true. You become the architect of your own future when you use the power of your imagination. But what is imagination and how does it work? Imagination is the ability to picture things that aren't real yet, like situations and possibilities. It connects the unseen and the seen, as well as the universe's endless possibilities and the real world you live in. When you picture something in great detail and with unshakable faith, you send a strong message to the universe. You are telling it that what you want is already yours and that you already have it. There is no difference between what is real and what is imagined in the universe. It just reacts to how often you think and feel. So how do you make your imagination stronger? The first thing you need to do is figure out what you really want. What does your perfect life look like? What kinds of people, experiences, and things do you want to bring into your life? The more specific and detailed your vision is, the stronger your imagination will be. The next step is to get your senses involved once you have a clear picture in your head. Think about not only how your desire looks, but also how it sounds, smells, tastes, and feels. The more you use your senses, the more real your imagination becomes to your subconscious mind. For instance, if you want to make your dream home a reality, picture yourself walking through the front door. Feel the texture of the door handle in your hand, the feeling of the floor under your feet, the smell of your favorite scent in the air, and the sound of mail coming in. You can hear the laughter and talking of your loved ones in every room. The more clearly you picture something, the more you connect with the frequency of your desire. But imagination can do more than just help you see what you want. It also means feeling like your wish has come true. To put it another way, it means living as if your wishes have already come true, even if they haven't yet. This is where the law of assumption comes in. The law of assumption says that if you believe something is true, the universe will make it true if you feel like your wish has come true. You are getting in line with the frequency of love, success, and abundance. You are telling the universe that you are ready to get what you want and that you deserve it. So, how do you imagine what it would be like to have your wish come true? One very effective way to do this is to practice gratitude ahead of time. Instead of waiting for your wishes to come true before you feel grateful, start being thankful now for what you know is coming. Say things like, "Thank you, universe, for my dream home. I am so grateful to wake up every morning in a space that fills me with joy and inspiration by expressing gratitude in advance." You are aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance and attracting more what you desire. Another technique is to act as if your desire is already a reality. If your desire is to manifest a loving relationship, start treating yourself with the love and respect you desire from a partner. Take yourself on dates, buy yourself flowers, and speak kindly to yourself in the mirror. By embodying the energy of love, you attract more love into your life. The power of imagination is not just a tool for manifestation, it is a way of life. When you live from a place of imagination, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities. You become a magnet for American conduit for the limitless abundance of universe. The law of assumption is a powerful principle that can transform your life in ways you never thought possible. It states that whatever you assume to be true, the universe will make real. In other words, your assumptions create your reality. Think about that for a moment. Your assumptions, your beliefs, your inner conversations, they all have the power to shape your experience of life. When you assume that you are worthy of love and abundance, the universe responds by bringing more love and abundance into your life. When you assume that you are capable of achieving your dreams, the universe comes to make those dreams a reality. But the law assumption goes even deeper, that it's not just about assuming positive things. It's about living in the end, about embodying the feeling of your wish fulfilled when you live in the